The sheriff rang the bell every day before dusk. As soon as the sound echoed through the town, all residents would quickly return home, habitually touching the protective talisman by their door. Even children obediently followed this routine. Only when the streets were completely empty did the sheriff finally feel at ease and return to the station. That night, a man drank himself into a stupor. The tavern owner had no choice but to lock up tightly and let the man stay overnight. But the drunkard had a wife and daughter waiting at home. As the night stretched on and her husband failed to return, the wife locked the door. The daughter, preparing for bed, suddenly heard a familiar voice outside the window. Her deceased grandmother's voice. The old woman said it was cold outside and asked to come in for a while. The girl believed it, despite her mother's desperate attempts to stop her. It was already too late. The next morning, the drunkard sobered up to find his neighbors gathered in front of his house. Before he could ask what had happened, the sheriff slapped him hard across the face. Looking at the gruesome remains of his wife and daughter on the ground, regret consumed him, because in this town, when someone dies, new people inevitably stumble in, and their fragile safety is shattered once again. Sure enough, on the day of the funeral, an RV rolled into town. The sheriff immediately warned the townspeople not to speak to them, but no matter how the man drove, he simply couldn't leave the town. While desperately trying to find a way out, an accident occurred. The RV veered off course and flipped into the forest. The entire family was trapped inside. The man was pinned in the driver's seat by tree branches. His wife lay unconscious. Their daughter, though only suffering a twisted waist, remained conscious, but their young son had a branch piercing through his thigh. Meanwhile, the sheriff was still setting up roadblocks to stop them. Yet, the family never made it back.